Welcome back, it's me, Lou. Okay, so this is going to be a special unboxing. I purchased this today. Today is July 29th, 2022. We have the Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron Millennium Falcon. This is Series 1. I saw this at Target, and I couldn't pass up on it. I am a sucker for anything with the Millennium Falcon. I have the Millennium Falcon multiple times over in my Star Wars collection, different scales. I have small Millennium Falcons, I have giant Millennium Falcons, I have model Millennium Falcons, and I couldn't say no to this one. I knew this was coming out this month or early August. I saw it on Amazon, and when I saw it on Amazon, I was kind of unsure about this because they had product photos on Amazon, but it didn't look like it was a Hasbro product, and as it turns out, it's not. Surprisingly, this is made by Jazwares, and you have the logo right there. Jazwares, currently they're making like Halo action figures. Previously, they also did Fortnite, but Hasbro has Fortnite now. So I was really surprised to find out that this was made by Jazwares, and also excited. Excited because if you collect some of other like Jazwares' other toys, like Halo, they are not shy about producing product. The last maybe like 6 years with the Disney partnership with Hasbro, it seems like we don't get as much Star Wars product as we used to. And I'm hoping that with Jazwares making Star Wars toys, I'm hoping they just throw a lot at us. And for me, there's no better way to start a Jazwares Star Wars collection than with the Millennium Falcon. As you can see, the box is pretty sizable. It doesn't fit underneath my camera completely. The box is about 12 inches long. So this is a big boy. Surprisingly, it's kind of interesting because we got the Mission Fleet Millennium Falcon from Hasbro maybe like 2.5 years ago or 2 years ago, and that thing's awesome. I love that. But it's a little bit smaller than the Mission Fleet. It kind of reminds me of the old Micro Machines. I believe it was called Action Fleet. But this, I think, is bigger than Action Fleet. You get these cool micro figures right here. It comes with Han Solo, Princess Leia, Obi-Wan, and Chewbacca. There's the radar dish, and there's the turret. As you can see, the detailing is nice. You get all the battle scarring, all the wear and tear that the Millennium Falcon's known for. And you can even see some seams along the top of the ship, and that's because parts of the ship open up to reveal the play features. So the inside is actually accessible. It also has lights and sounds, motion activated lighting. The cockpit opens, and the landing gears extrude out, as you can see over here. And here's some of the other vehicles that are out. We have a TIE fighter. We have some sort of sail ship. I'm not sure what that's from. ATST. We have Obi-Wan's starfighter with the jump ring. We have the X-Wing fighter. Darth Vader's TIE fighter. We have the transport for the Imperials. We have the Razor Crest. And we have Slave 1, or the Fire Spray Gunship, as it's now called. Okay, so let's take this out. Really excited. I love the Millennium Falcon. I love Star Wars vehicles. I love vehicles that are small like this one too, because they're easier to display, they don't take up so much space, and they're fun to play with. If you're at the office and you need a fun desk toy, or you need a pretty cool display of your affection, the Millennium Falcon at this scale is perfect. Alright, so we have the instruction manual here. We'll take a look at this in a moment. And let's take this big toy out of the box. And like I said, this is produced by Jazwares. Surprisingly, it doesn't have any Jazware logos outside of that little J on the front of the box. You know, there's Disney logos on the box, but no Jazwares. The only way I knew it was Jazwares is because in very fine print, you see the word Jazwares in there. And here is the Falcon. It looks awesome. It looks beautiful. We have the radar dish, turret, and the minifigs. The minifigs come in this small, adorable plastic tray. As you can see, the articulation is very limited. Alright, at the very least, let's take out Han Solo. I don't want to lose these. Alright, so we have Han Solo here. As you can see, it's really tiny. It's about big as a fingernail. Or, no, take it back. Twice the size of a fingernail. Very small. Articulation, I think his legs move. They can move independently from one another, or no? No, the legs, don't try to move the legs separately, because it looks like they're just one piece. It's really tiny, so if you have little ones, this is the kind of thing they're going to lose on the first day. The arms kind of rotate, but yeah, there's Han Solo. Very small, very cool. And here is the Millennium Falcon. Let's remove it from its plastic confinement. Really cool background image, by the way. This is really nice. You might want to save this if you want to keep it for a display. Like if you have a nice display shelf, this would be a great backdrop. So, you know, don't trash this. I think it's pretty nice. Alright, the instruction manual. Millennium Falcon instruction manual, Micro Galaxy Squadron. So immediately this thing is smaller than Mission Fleet. It kind of reminds me of the old like Micro Machine Action Fleet from like the 90s. The detailing is superb. It looks great. So this thing requires batteries that are not included, which I think is alright. I think if they included batteries, it might have increased the price of this. Speaking of price, I believe I paid $44 for this at my local Target. Which is, it seems like it's a lot because I think the Mission Fleet one was comparable in price. But the nice thing without it not having batteries is that you don't have to worry about the batteries like exploding or corrupting, especially if this thing sits on the shelf for a long time at the store. Here's makes mention of where the battery compartment is located. It's located on the bottom left of the Falcon, which is, where is it? Alright, I can't find it. Alright, so I'll look for that later. Yeah, but somewhere on the bottom, that's where you put the batteries. Alright, I should have brought batteries because we're not going to be able to see the lights or the sounds. So it has functional sounds by pressing one of the buttons. It even triggers sound through certain motions, which is nice. That's pretty cool. So it's motion activated for some of the sounds. And here's where the cockpit opens up. Attach the radar dish, the turret. Yeah, very, very cool. Alright, so let's take a look at this thing up close. God, I wish I could figure out where the battery compartment is, because I'd love to put batteries in this thing. Yeah, I don't. It says it said the batteries are on the bottom left. I can't find it though. All right, so let's at least take a look at the ship. All right, I'm not gonna put the radar dish and the turret on right now. So here is a nice up close shot of the top of the Millennium Falcon. As you can see, it has a lot of like weathering. It has a nice wash to it too. So all the details and crevices really stand out. It kind of has that like worn, used feel that the Millennium Falcon should have. You know, it should look beat up. It should look distressed. So here is a front view. It looks great. Side view. As you can see, the cockpit opens up. And allows room for, wow, it actually allows room for all 4 figures. So yeah, you can have the pilot, the co-pilot, and if you look towards the back, there's additional passenger seating. Even the top of the canopy is detailed. It's actually sculpted on, which is really nice. Great attention to detail. Now here's the side. The underside of the ship, what we saw earlier. I gotta figure out where the battery compartment is, though. Or is this it? I think the battery compartment's... Oh yeah, it's right here. Or is this the ramp? God, I hope I don't break this. Oh, there's the ramp. Okay, cool. Okay, here's the ramp for the Millennium Falcon. Right there. That's awesome. It's kind of a snug fit, so you have to dig your fingernail underneath and pull it out. And let's take a look at the top of the ship. How does this disassemble? I should really refer to the instructions so I don't break this thing. Alright, it's funny, the instructions don't make mention of removing the top of the ship. But the back of the box does. So you can remove it here. So where does it disassemble at? Oh wait, I had a second ago. Oh, okay. So to take this thing apart, the easiest way to go about doing it is just take your fingernail and just lift it from this point here, lift it from this point there, and it should come out. Oops, there you go. Okay, easily removes. Oh, okay, the battery compartment's right here. And the instructions made mention of, I think you can remove the gunner station to insert the pilot, but how does that come out? All right, give me a moment. I'll see if I have batteries for this real quick. Alright, we're in luck. I have a screwdriver here. Let's take this off. So, my only complaint so far is that I'm really impressed with this, but the instructions are just very vague. You know, it's like one of those things where it could be frustrating if you're a child, and in my case, an adult. So I need AAA batteries. Do I have AAAs? Yes, I do. Okay, let's get some batteries in this thing. Alright, so this battery goes... And is there an on switch? Oh, that's cool. Okay. So let's snap this back on top. Alright, let's get the radar dish on, and let's get the turret in place. The turret's nice because it can like rotate around. I'm not sure if this is on correct. There you go. So you could press is on all the way. Alright, so you have to make sure. Alright, let's get this roof back on in place. So once that's in, you press. Why isn't it working? Oh, friend. Okay, I think there might be a defect here. Let me loosen this up first. So the buttons here do not want to press, and I have a feeling that this might have been assembled wrong, or it might be missing something. That's odd. Why is it doing that? So according to the instructions, you're supposed to press on these, but on these vents here, but they don't want to move. I don't know if they're like stuck. Which would be really disappointing because the play feature is really, really cool. Let's take a look at this. I think mine might... Alright, so... Alright, the startup sound will play when the Millennium Falcon is turned on. Okay, why doesn't it do that? Alright, that's really cool. It's really cool because the sounds are motion activated also. But my problem here is that I can't get the buttons to work. These are supposed to be buttons, but they won't move. And I have a feeling that they might be stuck in place, or worse, they might be accidentally glued. Very disappointing in that aspect. Why is that the case? Yeah, I'm very disappointed in that. Unless, shoot. There has to be a reason why this thing's screwed in. All right, I was right. These things, I think there was some sort of weird error in the way they were manufactured or put into place. So there's these grooves here on the buttons right there. Get some focus. There's these grooves on the buttons, and they have to align correctly with these tabs for the buttons to work. But on mine, it looks like mine might have been misassembled. And let's get this working right. It's kind of unfortunate because it's a really cool feature. It's a really cool toy. It's amazing, actually, but the buttons were not assembled correctly on mine. So let me fix that. So just, yeah, word of caution, you know, if your buttons are stuck like mine, chances are it wasn't assembled correctly. Wow, that's disappointing. This is a really cool toy. It's just very unfortunate that my toy wasn't assembled right. Okay, now the button moves a little bit. Yeah, so just a word of caution, you know, alright, that one's effed up. Dang it. Man, this is such a cool toy. I'm so disappointed that it was... Yeah, my buttons were assembled wrong or something, because they wouldn't want to press. But now that I kind of took it apart, I got it to work. Yeah, so now my buttons will move. Let's just screw this back into place. Whoops. The screws don't go there. Alright, so I hope I'm actually getting this on camera because I'm not paying attention to the filming of this. And this video is already running longer than I expected it to. Alright, so for the most part, I'm liking this toy a lot. If I didn't run into this issue here with the buttons being stuck, I would easily give this thing a 10 for the price, for $44, and for it to light up and be motion activated and come with 4 small action figures. With the amount of detailing on this thing, it's like, yeah, this thing, you get a lot of bang for your buck. It might be a little bit small, but I think it's perfect. And I got it fixed. My buttons move now, as you can see. They were stuck earlier because I think it was misassembled. But now that I have it working again, it should be okay. And if you want, if you have lubricants for plastics, I don't think that's something everyone has. I have that kind of stuff in my toolbox. You know, you might want to apply a little there just to, you know, make these things a little bit more mobile, and your buttons should be nice and punchy like these. You know, earlier mine were stuck. And one other thing that the instructions made mention of that I can't figure out how to do yet is you can remove the cockpit here, but I don't know how to do that. It says it just comes off, but mine doesn't want to pop out. It's kind of weird because it doesn't want to pop out because there's this like tab here that holds it in place. So I don't know how that's supposed to like, how you're supposed to work your way around that. It's a little mystifying, but I guess, you know, who knows. Oh, okay, I take it back. So in order to pull this out, you need to align it correctly. You need to get that socket lined up with this plastic tab there because there's a small tiny gap that will allow you to push it out, I think, if I'm doing this correctly. But in all honesty, it seems like unnecessary. I don't think you need to like remove this. And and mine does not want to come out either. It's coming out a little bit, but I think it's too... There, take it back. Yeah, so there's a very slight notch. Gets into focus. There's a slight notch right here, and you have to align that correctly with this tab, and then it'll pull out. And once it pulls out, you can put the figure in here, but in all honesty, you can still do that because there's a hole there. This has the chessboard, the Jazwares, I think that's how you pronounce it. Over here is where the landing ramp descends. You know, you can just take your finger and press it down. I'm not sure what's holding it in place because it feels a little fragile at the joint there, just a little bit. And there's something... Sounds like there's something rattling in mine. I'm not sure what it is. It might be a spring or something. Oh, it might be the motion activated controls. Maybe that's what's rattling around. Right, so this thing is fantastic. The landing gears are awesome. It's kind of neat because you just open up one set and then they all come out. Or I mean, on the same side at least. There's that, and then you can extend the ramp right here. Really cool. And then I love the play feature with the sounds. And then the gunfire. Oh yeah, so overall, really, really impressed. So for Jazwares, I think this is a great debut for them to, you know, have you know, maybe a master's license for the smaller scaled ships. This thing is beautiful. It's well done, well crafted. The attention to detail is really nice. If you're a stickler about, like, you know, the detailing, you know, whether or not this is true to like the actual like studio model, I think it does a pretty close job of, you know, this capturing that. So yeah, the Millennium Falcon, impressive. Definitely worth the purchase. Man, this thing is sick. Alright, so let's wrap this video up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber viewer, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. Alright, later.